Hey guys, it's Brennan the Paleo Dude, and welcome back to another Jurassic World figure unboxing and review video. Today we'll be taking a look at the Epic Evolution Jurassic World Chaos Theory figures, and these guys are from the Wild Roar assortment. In this newest lineup, they have an action feature where you can roll this little thing on the back. It seems like this one stops at a certain... Can't roll it back any further, so just forward and back. I wonder if that's the case with the rest of them. This one has a continuous action feature. Just keep rolling. Okay. Whoop. Oh my goodness, we almost lost Ceratosaurus. These are all new molds. Not new species, though. All of these species have been featured before, which we'll go over later in the video. But they are very fresh, new remolds with really beautiful details, especially the Majungasaurus. I love the proportions on this one, especially compared to the older figure of it. The pair is a little ugly. I think all the previous versions of it are a lot better looking than it, in my opinion, and we'll go over why again in the video. So we'll start with one of my favorites, Pachyrhinosaurus. This one looks like it's going to be quite the hefty figure, so we'll get it out of the package. Oh, wow. Look at the way its body curves up and then down. That's pretty cool. It's unique. Okay. Where's the tail at? It's all the way in the back. How am I going to get it out? It's being tricky. There's tape over the side. I don't know. Without damaging the package too much. Almost got it. There we go. Okay, yeet the package. So there's the tail. How do we put it in? Like that. There we go. That didn't sound good, but it's in tight. Tail's a decent length. That's pretty good. So there it is, eating, I guess, and then raising its head. You can also rotate the head itself. Forward and back, side to side. It's on a little bit of a joint there. But yeah, no, that's spectacular. Love how fluid it is. There's 2 points of articulation, one where the head connects to the neck and one where the neck connects to the body. There's some coloration on the back, just some like simple splotching, but the head fully painted, all the little spikes on there except for this. They've got a history of not painting that one. I think the original... No, the original does have it painted. Oh my goodness. So this is the original Pachycephalosaurus, or Pachyrhinosaurus figure, packaged as Spinoceratops, but you can see very different head mold. This one's got what looks to be a very large... when I first saw the rendition of it online, like a maggot on its nose. Just such a weird choice of color. I don't know. It could have looked a little prettier than that, but the beak is open. That's pretty cool. It's not closed. It looks like the tongue is a different color in there, but I can't tell which one. And yeah, there's a lot of paint detail on it. I do like the details on this better. They're finer, a lot smaller scales. This one has larger scales, and the body shape is a lot nicer. It actually has a neck. It's not just a head attached to a body. But the tails are around the same length, and again, I just like this body a lot more. It has an appealing proportionate stance in comparison to the original Pachyrhinosaurus. So, but he's pretty cool. I like this one a lot. I might get another. It's a pretty decent figure and really nice details and coloration. It's just that nose is not my favorite, but the head is incredibly well done. Beautiful detailing on it. Very nice Pachyrhinosaurus figure. Next we'll do the Ceratosaurus. I love the design on this, the head, the arms, the proportions, they're all really well done. Ooh, it's got bent knees. That's pretty cool. The legs are very facing inwards. Let's try and spread them out a little bit. There we go. So hopefully it stands. Obviously it's going to need its tail for that, but hopefully this tail is not that big of a struggle to get out. It looks like it will be. Darn. Just trying to, because I don't want to cut the back of the box open. That's too much work. I mean, it'd probably be safer. The plastic it's in is pretty sharp, so like straight ripping it comes with the danger of cutting myself. I've done it before. I've actually cut myself on this plastic, trying to remove it by force, but I'm not sure there's an easier way to get it out. Okay, I got it. Bingo. So it's actually not that much tail. There we go. But nope. Let's see. Is it just warping that's making the legs do that? They're both centered inward. Oh my goodness, look, the plastic creased me. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just the table or something. There we go. Kinda. Anyways. So there's the action feature. Chomps down. And chomps up. The arms are pretty beefy, pretty bulky. But the proportions are nice. You can see the tail length is there. The colors, it's just green with stripes. It's a little bright for my taste, but the original... the original Ceratosaurus. The arms are smaller. It itself is smaller. Oh my goodness. There's the tails lined up, so it's definitely got a lot more head length. The shape of the head's a lot different too. Height of it, all that. Looks a lot better though. Proportionally better. The latest version of Ceratosaurus did have those large teeth. I probably would have enjoyed it more if it was earthier shade of green like this one, instead of a weird lighter shade. But the details are there. The teeth are sharper because, unlike the originals that are part of the head mold and painted on, this guy actually has rubber teeth, so they can be sharp and not hurt. If it bites someone, inside of the inside of the mouth is colored. Bottom of the neck is colored, but no coloration on the bottom of the body. I think that would have looked nice, but oh well. It is a really nice figure nonetheless. Next we do Majungasaurus. So this one is awesome. For some reason they have it living in the Arctic. I'm assuming that's just because of the paint job. Oh wow, it's got long legs. Okay. And a long tail. Look at it in there. Oh my goodness. Try and get this one out too without having to open the box. There we go. Tail is free. We'll stick that in. Nice and crisp. Wow, that is a nice and long tail. And it's balanced really well. The body is round. It is very circular. That's pretty interesting. The arms are tiny. You can fold them back like that. Can make it, I don't know, wave. So cute. Look at that tiny little thumb. I mean, it's not a thumb, but little extra finger. The jaws, ooh, the head's pretty small, but again, the teeth are rubber. Jaws are really nice. Love the head shape. And this is the action feature. Chomp up, chomp down. So that's pretty neat. Compared to its original figure from 2019, 2020 question mark. This one is the, I think, Primal Attack, and it's got a lot more color and pattern on the head, mostly because they had the creative liberty of designing it how they wanted and not based off of the show, which would have more realistic and muted colors and patterns. But nonetheless, both have a similar green color with a similar lighter green kind of on the back striping, so it's still quite similar to the original in terms of the coloration, but this one just has more spines. I do love the creative spiky dewlap it's got going on there. Tons and tons of spikes down the back. The tail has these beautiful spikes on the bottom that this figure doesn't have, though it does have spikes on the tip of the tail. Kind of did a reverse thing. Oh, and spikes on the legs. So this guy was super decked out. A slimmer version, it's missing one of the fingers, but yeah, look at how orbular it is in comparison. This one's very thin, this one's very chonk. So we got chonky Majungasaurus, but very cool. Maybe it's because it ate the other one. That's why it's so fat. Next we have the Parasaurolophus. Oh no. So I don't like the eye bags and the ear. Oh, just look at this. Okay, so yeah, the cheek is kind of too low, too fat. This eye bag stands out way too much. The ear also stands out. I don't like that bald back of the head. It just I don't know. It's nice that it's slimmer than the Hammond collection head because it doesn't have the articulation to worry about. The Hammond collection one looks so much more nicer in comparison. So there's the fronts of the head, wide and slim. You can see the ear isn't as prominent there, and it doesn't have those eye bags. See, it's it doesn't look like it's like old and wrinkly. It's a very beautiful, nice head sculpt. I don't know why they didn't just stick with this design for the head. Like, clearly it's a very similar build, especially with the neck and whatnot, but it seems like they intentionally uglified it. If it was this detailed and this nice, it would not be suffering like this, but nonetheless, here we'll compare it to the original from 2019, Dino Rivals, and even the Dino Rival one looks so much better. It doesn't have that ear. I'm not saying like it shouldn't have the ear, I'm just saying the ear is very ugly to me. And the back of the neck, it doesn't look weird, I don't know. And those eye bags and the big cheek, saggy cheek isn't there. It looks nicer. It's aesthetically more pleasing. Even the last bioluminescent Parasaurolophus had that nicer head appearance. So yeah, no, I don't know what's going on with this one. This one just having a rough time. So we'll get the tail out. Maybe in the future we'll see a better para mold, but I'm thinking if they ever do re-release the para, it's just going to be a repaint of this one, unfortunately. Though we have seen re-releases in the past, like Herrerasaurus, where they do have old molds coming back, so you never know. Or we'll just wait a few years and then they'll make a new mold. Got the tail out, so let's see how it looks. I don't know. Tail's long, tail's nice, but it's got a... I don't know if it's too long. I'm just so used to it being so short. I mean, it's longer than... It's kind of longer than this, just by a bit. More noticeable. But the paint, the lack of paint on it really stands out. Oh my goodness, it's so long. The legs are also very long. That's another thing that stands out from the old models. It's got very long legs, which is nice. It's got some Parasaurolophus sound effects. The tail's about the same length as the original. Okay. Yeah, and no head articulation. Solid piece. That's because the action feature is a light up effect. with just a button. So that really stands out in a lineup full of these rolling features. We get a button instead, which is nice. This is very creative. This is very unique. Surprised Mattel, jeez, wanted to do this. Even the mouth opens. I think that makes up for it since the Pachyrhinosaurus mouth doesn't open. Including that on this figure was really fun. And again, I definitely believe it makes up for the lack of neck articulation. It's very similar to how they added the mouth articulation on this galley, the small head. Very cool, not cutting corners, but the big issue with getting these guys is the snout would always separate from the mouth. This gap here, it would be split. The paint, or not the paint, the glue would come off. So it'd be hard to find one without that gap, or you just have to press it back together and super glue it. So I was lucky enough to find one where the glue has not parted on the snout, and I got lucky, but a lot of people I've seen ordering them online suffer from that problem. So keep an eye out. Ooh, it looks better in this position. Whoa. I wish you could stand in this position. The knuckles are flat, but that looks really nice. What? I want to keep it like that if it would stand. Anyways, okay, that makes up for it. It's not the prettiest figure, but this stance is really cool. I like it. It reminds me of when all the hunters in the Lost World had their ropes around its neck and it was like rearing up, pulling them up. So that's such a cool pose. Yeah, too bad they didn't account for it being in that pose. Again, maybe it's just my table. Anyways, we'll put it back down in ugly, boring position. So there we have it. It's the latest lineup of, what are they called? Wild Roar Epic Evolution figures. Definitely pick them up if you haven't already, especially the Majungasaurus and the Pachyrhinosaurus, as they are personally the coolest, best new molds that stand out from their original counterparts. There we go. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll do a scan code video after this, so look out for that. And I'll see you all in the next video then. Bye-bye.